Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Allow your body to settle again, your thoughts becoming quieter as you return to the story. The wilderness stretches around you, still and vast, but the sense of peace that once accompanied it has shifted. There is a weight now, something unresolved, something pressing forward into what comes next. Sam feels it. The command has already been given, and it has not left his mind since he first heard it. They must return to Jerusalem. The very place they were commanded to leave, the place that no longer feels like home. As he walks with his brothers, retracing steps that still feel too fresh, too recent, there is a quiet tension building inside him. The ground beneath his feet is familiar, but it does not bring comfort. Instead, it reminds him of everything they risked by coming back. The city slowly appears in the distance, its walls rising against the horizon, unchanged and yet completely different in how it feels. Sam studies it as they approach, noticing how his chest tightens the closer they come. This was once safety, this was once certainty. Now it feels like stepping back into something unpredictable, something dangerous. Beside him, Laman and Lemuel speak more openly than before. Their frustration has settled into something firmer, more rooted. They do not try to hide their doubt now. They speak of Laban with certainty, reminding each other of his power, his authority, and his ability to command and destroy. Their words are not exaggerated. They are grounded in reality, and that is what makes it so heavy. Sam listens, and he feels the truth in what they are saying. This is not a simple task. It is not even a reasonable one. And yet, when he looks ahead, Nephi continues forward without hesitation. There is no visible struggle in his step, no sign that he is weighing whether or not to continue. He simply moves, as if the decision has already been made, as if his trust in the Lord has settled something that the others are still wrestling with. The first attempt unfolds quickly. Laman goes to speak with Laban, stepping into the city with a confidence that still feels fragile, even from a distance. Sam waits outside, his thoughts turning over themselves again and again as time begins to stretch. He tries to imagine what is being said, how Laban might respond, and whether this could somehow resolve without conflict. For a brief moment, he allows himself to hope. But when Laman returns, the hope disappears. There is anger in his expression mixed with something deeper, humiliation, frustration, disbelief. The message is clear without needing any words. Laban has refused. Not only refused, but reacted with hostility, accusing them, casting them out, and making it clear that this path will not be easy. The weight of that reality settles over them all. Still, they try again. This time they gather things of value that remain to them. Their gold, their silver, their precious things. Sam feels the significance of it as they carry it, not just as objects, but as pieces as their past. These are remnants of the life they left behind, symbols of the security and the identity. Offering them is not just a transaction, it is a sacrifice. They present it all, everything they have left, and for a moment it feels as though it might be enough, as though this exchange could work, that reason and wealth might accomplish what words could not. But the moment collapses just as quickly as it forms. Laban desires what they have, and he has no intention of honoring the exchange. He takes their riches, and instead of granting their request, he sends men after them, men with the intent to kill. Everything shifts instantly. There is no time to process, no time to reason, only action. Sam runs. His breath comes fast and uneven, his heart pounding so hard it feels as though it might break through his chest. The sound of pursuit behind him sharpens every moment, every step driven by the urgent need to escape. Fear takes over completely, stripping everything down to the simplest instinct: survive. The world narrows to motion and sound and the desperate need to keep moving. Somehow, they escape. They find themselves beyond the immediate danger, but the aftermath is heavy. The silence that follows is not peaceful. It is filled with everything that has just happened, everything that nearly was. Laman and Lemuel's anger breaks through first. The unity of their family, already strained, now feels like it is coming undone completely. And in that moment, Sam sees Nephi, not resisting in anger, not retreating in fear, but holding on, still choosing faith, still believing, even here, even now. And then something beyond them enters the moment. An angel. The presence is undeniable, cutting through everything else, fear, anger, confusion, with clarity and power. The words spoken are direct, filled with authority. Jerusalem will be destroyed. The Lord has chosen Nephi. The command remains. For a moment, everything is still. Laman and Lemuel fall silent. The weight of what has just been revealed settles heavily into the space around them. Sam stands there, his breath slowing, his thoughts clearing in a way he cannot fully explain. This is real. God was guiding. And yet, even with that certainty, the difficulty does not disappear. The fear does not vanish completely, because knowing something is true does not always make it easy. Night falls over Jerusalem. The city grows quiet, shadows stretching through its streets as the noise of the day fades away. There is a stillness now, but it is not empty. It is filled with anticipation, with uncertainty, with the awareness that something is about to happen. Nephi turns to them and says he will go. Alone. Sam feels the weight of those words immediately. This is different than before. This is not a shared attempt, not a collective effort. This is one person, stepping into the unknown while the others remain behind. He watches Nephi carefully, searching for hesitation, for doubt, for any sign that this might be too much, even for him. But what he sees instead is something deeper. Not the absence of fear, but the presence of trust. Nephi does not explain everything. He does not outline a plan. He simply states his intention to obey the Lord, to move forward even without knowing exactly how it will unfold. And Sam watches him step toward the city, disappearing into the darkness. Something settles into place within him. Faith is not always loud. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it looks like a quiet decision to move forward, even when the path is unclear. Sam remains behind, waiting. The minutes stretch longer than they should, each one filled with thoughts that come and go in waves. He wonders what is happening inside the city, what Nephi is facing, whether he is safe. The uncertainty presses in, testing the very faith he has been trying to build, and in that waiting, Sam is faced with his own choice. He cannot act, he cannot control the outcome. All he can do is decide what he will hold on to. And so, quietly, he turns his thoughts toward God. Not with perfect words, not with complete understanding, but with sincerity, with the same kind of trust he had seen in Nephi, now becoming something that belongs to him. As he waits in the darkness, that trust begins to steady him, not because the situation has changed, but because he has. And as you stand there with him, in the quiet, in the uncertainty, in the waiting, you begin to understand something that is easy to overlook. Some of the deepest moments in faith are not found in action, but in stillness, not in knowing, but in trusting, not seeing the outcome, but in choosing to believe before it comes. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Whatever place of waiting you find yourself in, whatever uncertainty you may be facing, you are not alone in it. Like Sam, you can choose to trust, even here, even now, and that choice, quiet and steady, can change everything. Continue to part 3.